Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connerton here from IPM Nation. Got another great mix of New Hampshire-based artists for you this week. So if you're new to the show, I try to cram as much music as I can into the show, and I've got a really strong playlist this week, so I don't do a lot of talking. I'll tell you who the artist is and the name of the song, and then it's up to you to go find them online and support them any way that you can, and I encourage you to do so if you hear something you like, because it is very important to support local music, and there is a ton of great talent out there. So I'm really excited about this week's playlist. I've got some really strong stuff, some really interesting stuff. And of course, on Local Outbreak, again, for the uninitiated, we do play a variety of genres. So as long as they're a New Hampshire-based, whether it's a solo artist or a band, etc., regardless of genre, if it's really good stuff and we want to expose it to a larger audience, we will play it for you right here on Local Outbreak. So we're going to open with, and this is a really great track, they're from Portsmouth. The band is called The Winter Brave, and the name of the song is Metaphors here on Local Outbreak. Next on this week's Local Outbreak, here's a band that we've featured before on the show a long time ago, but they've got some new stuff, and I really love this track. I love it so much I can't even say it. The band is called Spies Like Us, and the name of the track is Thought Police. This is really good. and it's really, really loud here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Our problems today are laughable compared to history. We'll always be known for what we're worth. It's a broken age in time. 8 years from now, will you keep writing our story?
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet and IPM Nation. This is Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com. Continuing on this week, I'm going to play a band that we actually featured on the show recently. The name of the band is Thunderhawk. They are from Manchester. Great, great band. But I want to kind of give them a second go here on the show, because the song that we played a few weeks ago from Thunderhawk was actually a cover called War Pigs, of course, the original being by Black Sabbath. And I played that because I thought it was just appropriate for what's going on in the world right now and what's in the news. But I wanted to feature one of their originals because they're a great band, and obviously they did a great job with their cover of War Pigs, but they also have just great, really, really strong original material as well. So I wanted to make sure that we play one of their originals, and we're going to do that right now. Again, the band is Thunderhawk from Manchester, New Hampshire, and this track is called War of the Dying Sun here on Local Outbreak. Local Outbreak rolls on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connerton here, and next we're going to really shift gears, play something electronic, if you will. The name of this artist is Nukumachi. I assume I'm saying that correctly. I'll spell it for you if you want to look him up online. Nukumachi. Really just kind of how it sounds, Nukumachi. And I had to play this track because the title mentions something very near and dear to my heart, my favorite food. The song is called Pizza House with Sound Pixel. And again, the artist is Nukumachi. This is really interesting. And most of this song is instrumental, but if you pay really close attention, you will hear lyrics a couple of times during the song. So make sure you listen carefully. But this is a lot of fun. This track you're on Local Outbreak. Here's another really heavy track for you on this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is really, really good. The band is called Dismissed, and the name of the song is Flatlining. Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton here from IPMNation.com. Don't forget, if you want to check out the archive of the show, you can go to IPMNation.com/Local Outbreak. Get access to the full 7 years that this show has now been in existence, all the way back to the beginning. IPMNation.com/Local Outbreak. And of course, if you'd like to submit your music to be featured on Local Outbreak, or perhaps even be a guest on the show for an interview, you can send that to submissions@IPMNation.com. That is submissions@IPMNation.com. And up next on the show, the name of this band is Roosevelt, and the song, this is a long one. It's called See, This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. And again, the band, in case you forgot it already because the name of the song was so long, the band is called Roosevelt here on Local Outbreak. Next up on this week's local outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet, the name of the artist is Old Abram Brown. And this track is called View from the Bridge. Very interesting song. Check it out.
Water, pull me under, and as I'm sinking, could hear you say, I'm always after you. Later on we'll see what the weekend it still haunts me, the politicians in the morning bells. Listen up, I only answer to you. But a crop of trees are burning down all of me. Where I stand, mysteries of a quarter century. The snow falls in sheets while I'm driving home. The station's fading. Often now I get so scared.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connerton here, and we're going to feature an artist next who we played something of this gentleman actually a few weeks ago, but I wanted to play another track because he has released quite a bit of music over the years. And this track we're going to play actually goes all the way back to 2004. So it's not new. I mean, he does have a lot more recent stuff, which we've played on the show. And we usually try to keep it to really current, recent stuff. But I heard this and I loved it so much. And he is a New Hampshire artist who does a lot of great things. So I had to play this. The artist is Adeem, Adeem, if you're looking for him online. And the song is called Mixing Excuses. This is really, really good. Take a listen here on Local Outbreak.
I've been riding from the inside, now the outside is lonely. There's a penalty for wasting life, I wish somebody told me. Before the notebooks were full, this could have all been changed. I would have been quiet and never had the nerve to complain. But instead I'm led to believe that these songs will be perfect. If I stick to my instincts and stop being so damn nervous, it would be easy to go backwards and try to break the stairs. Be told somebody wish our life wasting for penalty of theirs. I'm trying to build myself the perfect role model, but all I have to work with here are ashtrays and beer bottles. All these strangers have infected heart chambers, connecting danger and corruption with their pulpits and their majors, replacing blood with poison just to go out with a smile. So maybe you should just stop asking and relax for a while. Let this be the example for my enemies to try to handle, cause the world has got me written, protected from being samples. I'm candid with this damage expression on my face, taken from the list of movers. So I guess I'll shake this place off its tilt and be the one who finally straightens it out. Hibernate in New Hampshire, then we can tour down south. There's nothing new I'm giving up that can't be found again. In a sandbox, a coloring book, it took all I had to say when it's too late to make fate stop and notice my bruises. But I promised myself I would never mix drinking with excuses. I've come to learn that even the most beautiful voice can't persuade a naive pair of eyes and ears to look harder and behave. But my friends have the strength to listen, verifying my descriptions, adding common sense to help my quick-witted decisions when pitting me against the world of unemployed clowns and sheep, the leftover soldiers that refuse to think deep. I'd rather cut off my hands expanding and stop leaning, uprooting my tree stem from dying soil and finally stop feeding on dead substance, keeping me awake but not alive. And it's moving with a rat race but not in stride. Besides, I was given the answers when I was 6, tattooed on my left arm, but I can't bear to read truth that's only skin deep. I've been riding from the inside, now the outside is lonely. There's a penalty for wasting life, I wish somebody told me. Before the notebooks were full, this could have all been changed. I would have been quiet and never had the nerve to complain. But instead I'm led to believe that these songs will be perfect. If I stick to my instincts and stop being so damn nervous, it would be easy to go backwards and try to break their stairs. Be told somebody wish our life wasting for penalties of theirs. Crashing on the shore with a sarcastic approach to gravity, smashing all your eggshells, challenging anyone to battle. Cause I approach my notes with quotes from fiction writers who could have told my life story in 500 words or maybe one all-nighter. This is satisfying your appetite, feeding your brain new words for disturbed worthless purposes and keeping the lines blurred. Or when the punchline's about to go and your story gets interesting, most people just find excuses that will keep them from discussing. I'm blasting off minor while converging until the clouds collapse, hanging by a moment's courage or past the point until my neck snaps. But today I've been given the chance to make it all clear, living from misfit screams en route to living out 24 years. We've been stuck in a foolish fashion code by enemies we can't see, living up to pop culture to the fullest and forging out our college degrees. So believe me when I say that I've been wandering the interface, collecting artifacts to bring me back to man's grace. Maybe the only thing that suffered musically is my taste. So maybe hard drums and crazy patterns have limited what I create. Maybe the facts have all been changed, I have no reason to debate. Maybe all the answers were burned in books and hidden in crates. I've been writing from the inside, now the outside is lonely. There's a penalty for wasting life, I wish somebody told me. Before the notebooks were full, this could have all been changed. I would have been quiet and never had the nerve to complain. But instead I'm led to believe that these songs will be perfect. If I stick to my instincts and stop being so damn nervous, it would be easy to go backwards and try to break their stairs. Be told somebody wish our life wasting for penalties are theirs.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. And we have time for one more track in a moment, but before we wrap up tonight, I just want to remind everybody, of course, if you want to check out previous editions of the show, you can go to ipmnation.com/local outbreak. You'll also find links to our sponsors there. So we hope you'll check that out. Please like the Local Outbreak Facebook page if you haven't done so already. Of course, we do share the every episode of the show out on the Facebook page, so you can also always keep up with it that way. We usually share it out after it airs, the original airing on IPM Nation and on 100.1 The Planet. So, of course, if you want to submit anything for the show, if you have music you'd like us to feature, if you're in a band or you know a band or a solo artist or whatever, just send that to submissions@ipmnation.com. Please attach the appropriate MP3s or whatever, submissions@ipmnation.com. And we will check that out. If you'd like to be interviewed on the show, we might be able to make that happen too. So please do that. And like I said, I always say at the top of the show, and I like to just repeat it one more time before we wrap up. If you heard anything tonight that you liked, please go and find that artist online. Support them any way you can. Buy their music, or if they're giving it away for free, download their music, whatever it may be. Share out their stuff. Click on their YouTube videos, visit their websites, and get to a live show, please. It's so very important to continue to support local music. There is an incredible amount of talent out there. And every week I'm amazed, lately we've been doing these episodes where, instead of just featuring one artist, we'll just try to cram a bunch of different artists into one show. And it's remarkable how easy it is to find great talent right here in New Hampshire that is putting out really great stuff. This is not a difficult show to put together every week, because it's almost like an embarrassment of riches, I think is the old expression. I don't know if anyone says that anymore, but but that's kind of like, that's something my grandparents used to say, but that's kind of like what it is. It's very, very easy to find really great local music. And it is my honor and privilege and pleasure to bring you some local music every week, not only on IPM Nation, but on 100.1 The Planet, which has been phenomenal, for the past 7 years now and counting in terms of helping to support the New Hampshire music scene by featuring a show like this, because Most FM stations don't bother, but the planet does, and we should all be very grateful for that. So we're going to wrap up. We got one more track to play tonight, and this band is this is really interesting. It's kind of psychedelic. It's MMOSS, and so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be, if that's how you're supposed to say it, MMOSS, or if it's supposed to be Moss. I'm not sure. But this is really interesting. The name of the track is Come What May, and they kind of remind me a little bit of a Jethro Tull vibe and a little bit of psychedelia, and I can't think of anything else I've heard recently that kind of sounds like this. So this is really, really interesting, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Again, the band is MMOSS, and the name of the track is Come What May, to finish out this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
What may
Outbreak with IPMNation.com.